Just raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you. We'll start right there.
Obviously, Vancouver has something against this team, and right now it's 4 straight losses. How do you try to repair what can be repaired for a quick match on Wednesday?
Yeah, we need to, I think, continue to find ways to, have good starts, get hold of games, and then I don't think I've been a part of a team that gets hold of games in a certain way and then manages to come out losers. So that's where we are right now. It was an incredible night in terms of circumstances, how the game can flip on end so quickly. The biggest positive to take away is second half, a man down. The team really pushed hard, and we were a little unlucky. The message at halftime was don't give up the second goal because we feel like the goal will come. We give up the second goal, and then we still have a chance to push it. So crazy game, but can't feel sorry for ourselves. Tough moment right now. 5 games, 1 point. That's not good enough, period. And I have to take credit. I have to take blame for that. I'm the manager here, and there's one guy now that has to take responsibility, and it's me. And I will look hard at everything from, what we're doing tactically to what we're doing selection-wise to, looking at, a Bong certainly continues to make a good case for himself. So I have a lot of thinking to do about which guys have earned the right to be on the field.
We'll go to the left with Eric.
See, those first 15 minutes, I guess you could say, define the match with, missing the PK and scoring the goal at the other end.
Yeah.
What about that 15 minutes did you, obviously you lamented, but do you think it set the tone for the rest of the match?
Yes, it definitely did. Again, crazy for the game to go from a penalty to being a missed penalty to a red card to down a goal. It's just the game was flipped on end. And so, there was sort of frenetic energy on the field when we gave up or when we went down a man, and the guys tried to push with urgency, but it was borderline panicky. That led to us giving up the goal, and then tried to get them on the field to calm down and still play the way we know we can, a man down. And second half, I thought again that we gathered ourselves, came out second half, and controlled a lot of the match, even a man down, but just weren't able to tie it up and then go down 2-0, and it's then you're chasing the game.
Jesse, was Bradley an automatic choice to take the second penalty? And what is your opinion as a player and your philosophy as a coach of a player taking a PK after he misses one in the game?
Yeah, I wasn't going to, I was happy to see Bradley step up and have the confidence to take it again. I certainly wasn't going to pull him off the ball. And then Alsted makes 2 good saves, not two of Bradley's, not 2 of his best PKs by any means, but this stuff can happen sometimes, and it's important as an important guy on our team and an important and a good attacker that he finds a way to not let this dig a huge hole into his mentality, and he needs to now stay focused and now find ways to make it up to the team. This happens at different moments with different players. You see, whether it's Wondolowski at the World Cup or different players that have missed important chances for teams, and it's important to come back and show that you're a man of character and show that you can handle the tough moments. So I have no doubt that Bradley is that kind of man and that he'll come back and find a way to do that.
With Sasha, it looked like their guy may have embellished a little bit, but so early in the game, does he have to be smarter there?
Yeah, absolutely, he has to be smarter. It's a terrible red card.
Can you just talk a little bit about how Sal Zizzo and Ronald Zubar came out of it and your thoughts on them as they were both plugged into the starting 11 for the first time in a long time?
Sal made a huge impact right away by getting the penalty. I thought he was aggressive. I thought he was sharp. He adds an element to our team of speed and desire to get behind. So it helped push the game from the start. We just took him out at half because we felt like fitness-wise, the way the game was going, it was hard for him to keep up with the pace. And then Ronald, I thought Ronald handled the game really well. He looked pretty sharp. He looked fit. He looks like he's ready to go. So those are two really good signs. We just took Ronald out because we didn't, we thought he could go 90, but it was the kind of game where there was a lot of work to do at center back, and we didn't want him to pick up anything that might, give him a setback further down the road. So, two good performances from those guys, and good to have them back.
Can you quantify which was worse, the PK or the red?
I don't know. They're both painful. It's a crazy game. A game where we dig a hole for ourselves. We don't. You make your own breaks, and in some ways, we're now making our own breaks against ourselves. So, got to find a way to dig ourselves out.
You talk about the play of Manolo Sanchez a little bit.
Yeah, I thought Manolo came on, and we know he has a quality to put defenders on their heels and now make a play. So he helps with the goal by getting himself in a good spot and helping set up Duval. And then he does a really good job when now he's running at the defender to set up his right foot. He gets bumped a little bit, but still gets the shot off, and Alsted makes a really good save. So I thought he had a really positive impact on the game, and it was good to see. And for Manolo, and along with Abong, I think that the USL Pro minutes have really helped those guys and kept them going at game speed. And again, all these young players are making me consider some lineup choices. So we've got some decisions to make moving forward.
Go to left with Eric.
Jesse, you talked about that Sasha red card. You said it was a pretty stupid foul, but
Mm-hmm.
When you're on the back of a 3-game losing streak, as you were coming into this game, you're fighting and scrapping for everything you can, and you see one of your leaders, make a selfish play like that. Does that do anything to the team morale?
I would say no, because our team responded really well, and they stuck together on the field and pushed the game really hard. Again, I look at myself, and if my players aren't clear about what kind of behavior they have to have on the field, then I look at myself. So, I'm taking responsibility right now, and I'm going to find a way to get us out. I'm in this all the way. I'm not panicking right now, but we need to find a way to do better, and it starts with me. It starts with me.
We'll take our last two, starting with Dan.
Jesse, obviously not harping on the Sasha's red card,
Yeah.
but when you have Chris Duval on the ball and he's attacking down the right side, and at times he just held back and gave the ball up, would you like to see him maybe go a little more braver, a little more forward with the ball, because he probably could have done a little bit more with it in the attack?
Well, we're trying to build in aggressiveness from our outside backs, but also sizing up when to be patient too. So that involves the savviness of the game, right? Understanding when to drive, when to make a defender think one thing and to do the next. Overall, I thought that Chris's impact on the game was pretty solid, and against a tough guy like Mane, the goal, maybe he gets cut in front of a little bit, and Mane, it's too easy there. It was a little bit of a fire we had to put out because we got stretched further up the field. But Chris has pushed hard, and he helps make the play for the goal. So, listen, we can do better. We can do better everywhere, no doubt.
Last question.
Jesse, can you recall any time in your career where you've had such a stretch of games where it's been one catastrophic event and another?
Yeah, it certainly feels like right now that things are going against us. But that's. If you dwell on that, that's being a loser, right? And quite honestly, if we start to feel sorry for ourselves, then we're going to dig even a bigger hole. So right now, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm ready. I'm ready for this challenge, and we're going to figure out a way to get out of it. And again, it starts with me.
Thanks, Jesse.
Okay.
Lock